Okay, there we go. Hello everybody, welcome to iCommand. This is the Wednesday live stream. For today's stream, I'm going to be going through some of the game logs that were sent to me courtesy of Morgan and Carson Gee. They had a Vassal tournament this weekend with the season 4.2 updates, and we're going to take a look at some of those logs and see how those games went. For the community updates today, I don't have anything actually. I think it was pretty quiet since 4.2 dropped about 2 weeks ago. So yeah, not much going on. People playing casual games. The playtest league's going on still. You'll notice I don't have my camera on for this stream. Unfortunately, my web camera that I usually use is not working. So I was going to try and use my phone, but all my camera equipment that I have not used in months because, you know, no more in-person play. That's all buried in our garage somewhere from our move, and I just couldn't find it in time, and I didn't want to make you guys wait any longer. So anyway, I am checking the chat, by the way. I have it right in front of me live, so if you guys are doing the chat, I will be able to see that and reply. And yeah, I checked on Vassal. There's no live games going on right now, so we're just going to jump right into it with some gameplay from the tournament. So switch over to the Vassal overlay here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so let's see. I've got some game logs here. So the funny thing is, I took a look at the Facebook group, and I don't actually know what the results were from this tournament. But I'm going to look mostly at Morgan and Carson's game, I think. They're pretty competitive players over there. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're pretty competitive players, so let's see what they got going on. I'm going to find their games. I just downloaded it, so let's take a look. Yeah, so what they do is over in Vancouver, they have a play group, skirmish play group, and they play on Vassal now since the pandemic's been happening. They play I want to say once a month on Vassal. They organize a little local tournament, and it's really great. I think it's a great way to keep your community together, especially when people just can't really meet to play in person with strangers, or not with strangers, but people that aren't in their personal bubble. So let's see, and it's all run by a fellow named Curtis, and he organizes that, and he actually gives out prizes to people. I think he mails them out. He's got a ton of alt arts and stuff. It's really great. All right, let's see. So we've got Morgan sent me 3 games versus Carson. By the way, Morgan and Carson are brothers. I think so. Morgan versus Gordon and Morgan versus Shelley. Let's take a look at Morgan versus Carson, see how that game went. So load game. How do I extract it? There we go. Morgan versus Carson. I think they did a special map set for this tournament actually, so I think we'll get to see some interesting maps besides just the 3 tournament maps we've seen so far. All right. Oh yeah, this is Jabba's Palace. Love this map. Where's my map here? How come you guys can't see it? Okay, turn all that on. Now you guys should be able to start seeing these pop up. There we go. Okay, so brand new game. We'll just say this was the finals, but I actually have no idea who actually played in the finals, so. Okay, so it looks like we've got one player playing Force users with Maul and Rebels, and the other player playing some droids with Krennic and IG-11. So some faction mixing going on here. So Morgan is player 1. So Morgan is playing the Rebel list. So we see Ezra, Ahsoka, Diala, and then Saska Teft is bringing in Maul, who's a scum figure. And then we have Gideon, Yoda, and the Darksaber on Maul, and Heroic Effort. So that's pretty cool. And then Carson, it looks like, is playing a Trooper droid list. And he's got IG-11 Sentry droids, 2 Elite Sentry droids, Director Krennic, regular Death Trooper, regular Officer, Temporary Alliance for IG-11, Rule by Fear Zillow, and Advanced Comm Systems for Krennic. So this is pretty neat. This is actually really cool, the IG-11 with Krennic. Since IG-11 is a Guardian, Krennic can use his, what is it called? His ability to buff IG-11 if he's spending power tokens. This is definitely not, that's definitely not a combo I think we had envisioned in design, but it's one that's been pretty interesting to see unfold in Empire with IG-11 and Krennic together in the same list. Certainly not overpowered, I think. Alright, so it looks like Morgan's got initiative, and he is taking the right side. So let's talk about this map and this mission real quick. So we are on Jabba's Palace. This is an old map that used to be in tournament rotation a few years ago. It came from the Jabba's Realm expansion. Well, actually the Jabba figure expansion, but right around the same time. So they are playing Mission A, which is called Spoils of Crime. So this is the one, I believe, where if you control it... Oh no, you have to retrieve the crates. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crates on 6 crates on the map, and we'll come down a little bit here so you can see that. And a figure can retrieve a crate. It loses 2 movement points when it does that, and it has -2 speed for each crate it is carrying. And then each player gets 2 VPs for each crate their figures are carrying at the end of each round. So basically it's a pick up and hold mission. So you want to pick up the crates, and then if you can hold them, for each round you hold them, you get 2 victory points. The other neat thing about this map is there's a trap door here. So these neutral mission tokens, if a figure enters a space containing a neutral mission token, suffers 1 strain, and then it places it in or as close as possible to the space containing the rebel mission token, which is down here in the Rancor pit, is what we call it, because that's what it's supposed to be. So it's pretty cool. You can teleport from one end of the map to the other end. And I think the door is locked, or is that the other one? So the door is not locked, so you can just go here and then open this door. Yeah, so Morgan taking the red deployment zone on the right here, and then of course Carson taking the blue deployment zone. I played some of this map competitively, but not a whole lot when I was like really getting into the tournament scene. So it'll be fun to see how these players play on this map. It's definitely a map that benefits close range figures because of all the blocking terrain and walls, this maze down here. I'm assuming Morgan's not going to want to go for the throne room area here because it's so open. If he opens his door, Carson will just be able to open the door on his side and then just shoot him. It'll be a shooting gallery. So most likely we're going to see Morgan come down and go through the maze here where he has lots of cover. So let's go through round 1. Not sure why my dice won't move. There we go. All right, so round 1. see that. Oh, and we've got a move from Ezra with Brash. So at the beginning of each round, Ezra gets to move 4 spaces. And players drawing cards. Rule by Fear. Carson discarding Celebration. And that's pretty interesting since every one of Morgan's figures is unique here. So Carson must have a really good hand to want to discard that. All right, so Morgan with initiative. And I believe both players have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 activations each, so no passing on this game. Yoda activating first, gonna focus up Ezra and move next to him. Really nice to have Yoda there so that if Ezra does take a shot, like from IG-11, I think he might get shot. He could get shot by IG-11, but if he does, Yoda will send it right back at the shooter. All right, Imperial Officer pushing IG-11 up 2 spaces and then moving to control the terminal. Now we've got Gideon pushing Diala forward and focusing Ahsoka. Next we have, let's see, it's like Death Troopers activating. Gonna open the door. Yeah, so making sure that if Morgan deigns to open his door that he will eat a ton of sentry droid shots for his decision. All right. Saska moving up next to Yoda on the terminal. And players checking out the new cards. I don't think any of the cards in this game have changed in 4.2. I mean, Darksaber did, but not for Maul, only for Sabine. So, Krennic activating here, looks like giving a damage power token to IG-11 with his ability. And now we've got Maul activating. Yep, gonna double move up, just making a box around Yoda. Sentry droids coming down. Everybody's moving down to the maze. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got. He will be able to pick. Carson will be able to pick up that crate with the sentry droids. So Carson going to be getting an advantage here from his ranged list. He will be able to pick up these 2 crates on round 1. Yep, picks up 1, grabs the other one, and he's going to get 4 victory points at the end of this round. All right, so IG-11 not going for any kind of attack here. Maybe he didn't activate it because I think Morgan would have activated first. So I think Morgan should have, or Carson should have last activation here. So looks like Ahsoka taking 2 movement points and using Force Leap to make a big attack on the sentry droid who plays Iron Will. So that is going to neutralize the attack down to 3 damage only. Looks like it would have done quite a lot. 3, 5, 6, 8 damage would have gone through if not for Iron Will there. So Iron Will stopping 5 damage. Pretty good for a 3-point card. Alright, so I guess that was end of round. Carson getting 4 points. Definitely got the tempo advantage here. Gonna have initiative going into the next round. Didn't take much damage. Oh, call the Vanguard here. That's going to allow Sentry Droid to come down and take a shot. Let's see. He's going to move away from Ahsoka, who's going to play Knowledge and Defense. So she's going to get an extra black die. And that black die was critical here, getting 3 blocks. Droid's going to be able to pierce 2 of those and add a damage. So that's going to be 6. So 5 damage to Ahsoka. So Knowledge and Defense, at least stopping 1 damage coming through. And it looks like Carson is using Set a Trap. This is a Both Carson and Morgan, I think, like this card. Basically, when you play it at the start of the round, you choose a tile, and then at the end of the round, if you and an opponent have figures on that tile, then you can attack. I'm not sure which tile. Oh, is he using the crate to pick it? Which tile is he choosing? I do not know. Just moving the crate around. So, oh, there we go. So now we've got Ezra used Brash. I don't know which tile he picked, but I guess we'll find out. So we've got IG-11 coming up. Looks like he's going to take a shot at Ahsoka with Element of Surprise. He's going to spend that power token, although he's not close enough to Krennic here to use it. This is going to be a rapid fire, so we're going to see 2 attacks on Ahsoka, who's down to 7 health. Uses targeting computer for the reroll. And no defense for Ahsoka, so that's going to be Surge for +2, so 5 more damage. And now another one. Ahsoka's going to have to dodge here. Oh, that's not a dodge. Oh, but she's got Dying Lunge, so going to be able to go out and take another attack on that sentry droid that played Iron Will earlier. Great tempo swing in Carson's favor, but Morgan trying to claw some of that back with this Dying Lunge. Pretty good attack. I don't think that's a kill. He might have to go for a reroll here. If he rerolls the defense die, he could get the kill, because right now he's showing... Oh no, it doesn't matter. He needs to reroll his attack dice. But he likes the roll. It's... Oh, there's a kill. Let's see. He's doing 5. He got +1 damage from something. I'm not sure what it was though. Well, somehow he was able to get +1 damage with Ahsoka's attack. If you guys saw what that was that gave him the +1 damage, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what it was that I missed. Maybe she had a power token. Alright, so this crate falls off. Alright, and looks like we've got Yoda activating. It's going to let him filter his hand. And this is great because he's using Yoda to protect Ezra with his force deflection. And I think he focused... I'm guessing... I don't think he can focus Maul. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Yoda not having anybody to focus this round. Since Ahsoka died, Maul's not a rebel. And Diala can already focus herself automatically, so... I'm wondering if maybe he picked up the crate. Alright, so Sentry Droid attacking Ezra. Oof, that's going to do 5 damage. But it will be 3 damage back with Yoda's Force Deflection. And it looks like he was doing multi-fire, so it was actually 4 damage. Yoda dodges. And we've got another multi-fire here. Looks like he's attacking Ezra with this one. This is going to be 3 damage. Another dodge from Yoda. Whoa. Yoda is not taking any of that, but Ezra is definitely on the ropes here. Sorry about that, guys. So let's see. So that was the Sentry Droids. Now it's back to Morgan. Guessing he's going to be activating Ezra here. Yep. So Ezra going to go straight for that Sentry Droid that took damage from Yoda, who is right next to him to give him that much to learn die change. Ooh, so that's great. So he's going to get some recover here. I think that's a kill. 5, 6, 7, 8, pierce 3. Even if he exhausts Zillow, that's definitely a dead sentry. Oh, and he's using it to grab. Nice, so he redrew knowledge and defense. And recovered 2, and now he's just going to move back into cover. So Carson activating a officer here. Pushing a sentry droid further up to the north. And playing planning. Oh, Morgan's negating it. Not going to give him access to extra cards since that would feed Zillow technique. Also, haven't seen a ton of power tokens generation from Carson's list yet, which Krennic really likes. Gideon activating for Morgan. Going to focus Maul. Nope, it's going to focus Saska. Okay, now we've got, let's see, who's this playing Price of Glory? There's those power tokens from a Death Trooper. And let's see, he's going to take a shot. You'd have to shoot at Yoda from there. He can't see Ezra, I don't believe. Let's see, if he shoots, if we draw a line of sight from here. Oh no, oh, he can. Yeah, so he's shooting at Ezra. Ezra playing knowledge and defense for that black die. Oh, look at that roll. So even with the Krennic boost from the power token, actually he's gonna deal 3 damage, it looks like. Not bad for a Death Trooper. That's, I mean, Krennic's just that good. That was a hot roll too. But it was against a really good defense roll from Ezra. Alright, now we have... Oh, so Diala activated, used Force Throw to put Ezra back behind the statue, and then took a strain, which was Force Surge from the deck. Let me get rid of that line. And now moving up and is going to attack this Death Trooper. Ooh, man, look at that roll. That's 5, 6, 7 with possible cleave, although there's nobody to cleave to, so it's going to be Pierce. So yeah, dead Death Trooper. Morgan coming back through the score here. Evening it out from an early loss of Ahsoka in round 2. And now we've got Krennic activating. It's giving himself a power token, I believe. Looking at his ability. Yeah, he can totally do that with himself. And yes, I should know this because I helped design it, but just checking, just double checking. So let's see now. Krennic is activating. I think he's probably going to try and go for Ezra here. And oh, so knowledge and defense was redrawn by Diala with that extra surge since she couldn't cleave. And this is going to be a big attack. He used a surge power token on Krennic's attack. And that's going to kill Ezra for the last 2 damage. No on the lam for Ezra. Carson pulls ahead once again. Alright, we got Maul activating, plays fleet-footed. This is going to be a lot of damage. I don't think Krennic's going to survive through this one. So he gets 1 attack. It's a red die attack, but he's focused already, so he also has reach and cleave. So that's 4 damage to Krennic. He's got 3 health left. Finishes him off with the second attack. So Krennic goes down. Maul uses Stalk Prey, so he spends a surge to get 2 movement points and gains a damage power token. Ooh, so now it's on just IG-11 and 2 sentry droids to kind of take out the rest of Morgan's list. Morgan is down to Maul, Diala, and Saska though, with Ryota and Gideon on support. So Honestly, it's still pretty even. Alright, looks like we've got a charge shot at Maul. So that's going to be, let's see, 5 damage. And now we've got Saska activating, picking up the crate here. That's going to get some more victory points for Morgan. And that puts us at the end of round 2. So both players are going to get 2 VPs since Saska and Sentry Droid both are controlling a crate, or carrying a crate, I should say. And that ties up the score. It's 20-20. Literally, it's 20-20. Going into round 3. And Morgan's going to have initiative here. So set a trap, discarded. Looks like we didn't have anybody who triggered that trap. And Maul is going to activate first. And so, oh, he is in a perfect spot for that. He can either cleave or he can take the focus. It'll be interesting to see which one he does and who he is attacking. So he's going to do the autofocus with the power token. +1 block, so he's attacking IG-11 here. Gets a bad roll with the red, but he does get a reroll. Oh yeah, there you go. So that's going to be 6 Pierce 3. Pierce 1 if he's exhausting Zillow. So Zillow technique reduces the Pierce from Pierce 3 to Pierce 1. And so now, 1 second. All right, so we're looking at a lot of damage here. So that's going to be 6 Pierce 1 because of Zillow technique. So that's going to be 4 damage going into IG-11. And now he gets another attack. Oh, it looks like Get Behind Me has been played. And IG-11 is just cheap enough. You can't use Get Behind Me on anything that costs 10 or more, and IG-11 costs 9. So this Sentry Droid is going to take this second Maul attack. And that's going to do 5 Pierce 3, so 5 damage. And he gets Stalk Prey, so 2 movement points and a power token. And he gets to redraw Knowledge and Defense, so that's nice. And Maul's going to jump into the pit. He slides down, takes Strain, discards Force Rush, and slides into the safety of the Rancor pit. Nice play. Alright, so IG-11 activating here. And he looks like he's going to attack Diala. Plays Knowledge and Defense. Definitely has the accuracy. It could also reroll, but right now he's doing 3 damage. Alright, that picks it up to 5 damage with the reroll. Diala rerolls with Foresight and same result, 5 damage. Second attack with Rapid Fire. Rerolls, ooh, that is going to be 7 damage. Diala rerolls into a blank. Wow, IG-11 takes out Diala, not even with a focus. Just one-shots there. Some good rolls there. And then picks up the crate with his second action. Alright, Gideon activating. He's going to push Saska up 2 spaces and take control of the terminal. And the sentries are going hunting for Maul. Sentry discards Concentrated Fire for the strain from jumping down the hole. Maul rolls 3 blocks. Sentry rerolls, doesn't get anything better. Oh, this is not a great attack. It looks like he's going to be doing 2 damage. So 2 damage with that Sentry. Not sure what the other sentry droid did. Because it looks like we have Saska playing Intelligence Leak here. Discarding Shared Experience. And I think Saska's going to try and get an attack off on a sentry droid, it looks like. So sentry droid takes 3 damage and weaken and stun. And then officer is going to step up and take a shot at Saska for 3 damage. Yoda activating, grows and grabs a crate. Oh, I see. So the sentry droids were in different groups. So unfortunately, the sentry droid that hasn't activated is the one that got stunned, and it looks like he doesn't have a great shot other than maybe Yoda, but then he'll just take another 3 damage from Force Deflect. Let's see. He's going to remove the stun, and he's taking a shot. Oh, I hope he's going to take a shot at Yoda, it looks like. That's a multi-fire attack? So it looks like he took a shot at Yoda and missed, and then took 3 damage from Force Deflect. So that is painful. But Carson is up here, 32-20. 32-24. So if Morgan loses Maul, that's gonna be 39. Morgan needs to take out IG-11 and a sentry droid here. Alright, both players drawing end of round. Looks like Carson has drawn through his deck. It looks like both players have drawn through their deck thanks to some strain. Oh, it looks like that was it. So the log is over. Looks like, I'm guessing time was called there. So Carson up 32-24 takes it. Was able to get more kills faster than Morgan. That get behind me, I think, was really key. If Morgan had been able to finish off IG-11 there, he would have been at 33 and would have taken it. So get behind me takes the game. Pretty good stuff here with some sentry droids and IG-11. I think we have time. We can look at one more game. Let's see. I think I saw Gordon. There's a game against Gordon here. So let's see. Yeah, let's look at, I want to see the Force users. We haven't seen Force users in a while, so let's watch that. Let's see how Morgan did in his other game. I want to see more of these old maps. Oh, we're on Endor, so we know this map. Okay, so we've got Morgan as player. Oh, player 1. Oh, nice. So here we see his opponent, Gordon, also playing Rebels, but playing a much different Rebel list. We've got, looks like Jedi Luke with Drakata, Verena, 3PO, R2-D2, Gideon, and Mac. So some spy stuff, some brawler stuff. This kind of looks like a lot like the lists that were really popular before IACP and Rebels, which was like Han, Drakata, and Sabine. This kind of looks a lot like that. We've got Luke instead of Han, and we've got Verena instead of Sabine, and then Drakata. So kind of 3 knight pieces, I guess, not quite queen pieces. So we're playing on renovation, so another pickup game, another pickup objectives where you have to retrieve these fuel cells. Although this one you can actually drop them off to get more points, but also you do score points if you're holding them. Looks like Gordon had initiative and took the blue deployment zone. Now we've got Ezra using Brash, moving up to the door. All right. So this will be fun. I'm glad we got to see this one. I love Jedi Luke now in ICP, and I think Verena is really cool, and I'm really excited to see what she does against these 3 attack dice Jedi with her close quarters ability. All right, drawing for the round, and it looks like we're starting off with R2-D2 to draw a card. Yoda moves up and focuses Ezra. 3PO moves up after focusing Luke. Drakata is moving off to the left by the fuel cell across that wooden bridge and not focused. And now I've got Diala. Force throw on Ahsoka, and then moves up and opens the door. And now Gordon's Jedi Knight Luke. Oh, no, it's Gideon pushing Jedi Knight Luke and then focusing Verena. Oh, we've got strategic shift being played here, and I believe it is by Saska on Morgan's side. Yep, so there goes Gordon's hand after he'd already drew with R2-D2, down to 2 cards. Oh, and he's got the Intel League play. Oh, that is awful. Oh, and there's planning that would have gotten him back to 3. So, completely wrecked Gordon's hand with the 1-2 strat shift into Intel League. I hope for Gordon's sake he didn't have Son of Skywalker, because I would have tilted. Alright, so Mac activating. Does not have, of course we know all he has in his hand is battle scars. So I'm not going to be able to do the same thing back to Morgan. Alright, Maul moving up. And Saska moving into a very forward position there. Maul moves up to the wall. Gordon activating. Verena not opening his door. I like that Gordon's not opening the door here. I don't feel like there's any reason to open it if you're not going to like move aggressively to attack from the wall. And Ezra is going to be able to grab that fuel cell. Luke coming around the side, going for the flanking maneuver, but also splitting off from the main force. It's going to be dangerous. I should also note Luke has combat suit, which reduces Pierce abilities by 1. He is a leader, so that's why you can play that. And then final activation for the round is going to be Ahsoka. Going to go all the way up and attack Drakata, it looks like, with a focused attack. That is a perfect roll. That's going to be 8 damage to Drakata. Blocks are not a thing that Ahsoka cares about here. Alright, that was the end of round. Big damage on Drakata, and now Morgan's going to have the initiative going to the next round. Gordon unlikely to have take after having his hand absolutely destroyed by Saska, ironically, considering he has more of a spy's presence than I would say Morgan does. Alright, so Ahsoka being able to activate first. Oh, it's going to drop Drakata. That is painful. Also going to be able to grab this fuel cell if he wants to. Yep, I'm going to pick up the fuel cell and move back with Force Rush and Vigor to control the terminal. Beautiful. Technically that Force Rush should have been played before she attacked, but it might have been played and I didn't see it, or, you know, Gordon probably was being a good sport. Alright, R2-D2 starting the process of reconstructing Gordon's hand. Yoda activating for Morgan. Lets him dig through his deck for another card. 3PO moves up, focuses Mac for Gordon. And now we've got, looks like Gideon activating for Morgan. Morgan and Gordon, hard to say. Gideon activating for Morgan, playing planning. And Verena now. Oh no, Gordon activating Gideon. Moves Verena up. She might be able to get to Ahsoka from there for close quarters. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's 2 spaces away to use close quarters. But she could go for a close quarters attack on Ezra. Yeah, she could get to Ezra from there. And Saska is activating and looks like she's going to take a shot at Jedi Luke. Focused attack. Ooh, nice roll. Doesn't need to bother with any of those surges. It's 5 damage to Jedi Luke. Saska takes 1 from deflection. Now Gordon playing Intelligence Leak with, let's see, I believe he's either activating Verena or Mac. Morgan's got Force Surge, Force Push, and Wild Attack. I'm going to discard the Wild Attack here. Doesn't take any damage. So yeah, that was Mac. And now he's going to come up and take a focus shot at Ahsoka. Nice, gets the accuracy. Oh, that's a great roll. So 5 damage. And back into cover. And now Morgan is going to activate Ezra here. Yep, and Force Push is going to grab Verena. Problem is Ezra does not have anybody within 3 spaces, so he's not going to be able to use much to learn. So that green die is kind of with just the single surge. But that is going to do 7 damage. 2 more for Force Surge. 3 more. Takes the strain as damage. And now we've got Verena is doing close quarters right back at Ezra. Doesn't have to worry about the defense die since close quarters now removes the defense die when it's used. So that's going to be 6 damage to Ezra. And 1 more damage for Fighting Knife. Alright, Diala activating. Gonna Force Push Saska back to safety. And then picks up a fuel cell. And now we've got Jedi Luke coming in. Yeah, couldn't get her far enough away. This is focused attack. So that's going to do enough to kill Saska. And Jedi Luke keeps on going. So still pretty split off from the rest of the group. I'd be worried about Jedi Luke here. Because Maul is coming in. And he is going to do his focused red die attack. Stops the surges. So that's going to do 3 damage. Should not have taken any damage from Deflect. Deflect only works against ranged attacks. Ooh, but that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be 5 damage. So Jedi Luke left with 3 health. And Maul gains 2 movement points and a damage power token from Stalk Prey. That's the end of round 3. Morgan's got the only kill so far. Both players getting victory points as Diala, Ezra, and Ahsoka have fuel cells. And actually, you know what? Strike that. Gordon did kill Saska and does not have any fuel cell points. So Gordon's going to have to catch up here. Gordon does get initiative. Ezra's going to move back to Yoda with Brash. Nope. Gonna move back behind the wall with Brash. And it looks like we've got Jedi Luke activating using Force Rush to gain 2 movement points. Looks like he's gonna go for Ezra here. Ezra playing Knowledge and Defense to add a black die. Oh man, that is a crazy defense roll. Luke's gonna be able to get Pierce 3, but only does 1 damage. Second attack. Oh, the dodge. Ezra. Force push to push Ezra away from Luke. But doesn't have parting blow. Oh man, that's tough. That is tough. So, oh, and then Ezra plays Heart of Freedom. Recovers 2 damage. Is going to come in and counter attack on Luke. And now he's got Diala for Much to Learn. So he's going to be able to change that single surge into way more surges to get past the double evades on Luke's side. Going to let him finish Luke off, redraw Knowledge and Defense, and recover 2 as well. So Morgan taking the momentum here, killing Luke and without losing Ezra. This is going to be rough for Gordon. I'm assuming he's going to go for Ahsoka. So Gideon activating focuses Verena. Diala shows why Force Push is so powerful. Pushes Verena right out from behind all those figures to be taken out. Oh, she's going for 3PO and probably going to do the cleave here. But 3PO rolls the evade. Doesn't get the kill. Oh, is this a second attack? What did I miss? Ah, there's Blitz. Oh, so this is Verena using close quarters on Diala. Fighting knife finishes the job. Ooh, that's really good for Gordon. But Diala has Dying Lunge. And it looks like this is going to go into Verena. Oh, that's not going to do it. Yep. Verena goes down. Which brings Morgan to 37. Oh, another dodge. And that's Morgan at 40. So, GG. Pretty good game there. That dodge from Ezra was rough, but Verena did a ton of work in that game. I mean, I think she forgot to apply the +1 block actually from the fuel cell. She was next to the fuel cell. She should have gotten an extra block for those attacks. So, yeah, Verena was cool. I was excited to see that. That is it. I think that's going to do it for our coverage. That was the Vassal Tournament from Vancouver. I think that's going to do it for today. This one's going to be a short one. It's Wednesday. If you guys aren't watching it, go watch the vice presidential debate because this is important stuff. If you're in the U.S., I'm going to go watch it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this shorter but sweet live stream where we got to see some cool lists in action from the Vancouver tournament. Make sure you check out Isaac's live stream Friday. That's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. British Summer Time. And